Good day. This is Maria Angelica Cabanganan, currently a third-year student taking up the Bachelor of Secondary Education major in Mathematics at Eastern Visayas State University. So today we're going to discuss about the kinds of system of linear equation in two variables. But before we start discussing this topic, here are the objectives. So at the end of this discussion, you are expected to categorize when a given system of linear equations in two variables has graphs that are parallel, intersecting, and coinciding. Next is to solve problems involving system of linear equations in two variables and illustrate its graph. And lastly is to appreciate the key concept of the types of system of linear equation. So, let's start. There are three kinds of system of linear equation in two variables. The first one is the consistent and dependent. So, this is a system of linear equations having infinitely many solutions. Their slope of the lines are equal, y-intercepts are also equal, and its graphs are coinciding. So, let's have an example. The given system of linear equation is x minus y is equal to 4 and 2x minus 2y is equal to 8. So as you can see, the given equations are written in a standard form. And for us to get its solution, we're going to rewrite this equation first into the slope-intercept form, wherein y is equal to mx plus b. Our m represents the slope and our b represents the y-intercept. And for us to plot its graph, we're going to use the rise over run of the slope. Remember that when our numerator and denominator are both positive, we're going to rise upward and run to the right side. But when our numerator and denominator are both negative, we're going to rise downward and run to the left side. So let's go back to our first example. So our equation 1 will be y is equal to x minus 4, wherein m is equal to 1 and our b is equal to negative 4. While our equation 2 will be y is equal to x minus 4, just like our equation 1. Why? It is because our second equation is divisible by 2. So we're going to divide both sides by 2 to make our equation simpler. So it will give us x minus y is equal to 4. So just like the equation 1, we're going to rewrite it in a slope-intercept form. So it will be y is equal to x minus 4 and our m is 1 and b is negative 4. And it will give us this graph. So therefore, the system of equations is consistent and dependent. The slopes of their lines are equal, their y-intercepts are also equal, and their graphs are coinciding. Let's have the second kind of system of linear equation, which is the consistent and independent. So this is a system of linear equations having exactly one solution. The slopes of their lines are not equal, their y-intercepts could be equal or unequal, and their graphs are intersecting. So let's have this second example, wherein y is equal to 2x minus 4 and y is equal to negative 2x plus 1. So, as you can see, it is already in a slope-intercept form. So, our equation 1, our m is 2 and our b is negative 4. And in equation 2, our m is negative 2 and b is 1. So it will give us this graph. So therefore, the system of equations is consistent and independent. The slope of their lines are not equal, their y-intercepts are unequal, and their graphs are intersecting. So let's have this third example, wherein the given system of linear equation is y equals 2x plus 1 and y is equal to negative 2x plus 1. So, in equation 1, we have our m is equal to 2 and b is 1. And in equation 2, our m is negative 2 and b is equal to 1. And it will give us this graph. So therefore, the system of equations is consistent and independent. The slope of their lines are not equal, their y-intercepts are equal, and their graphs are intersecting. So let's move on to the last kind of system of linear equation, which is the inconsistent. So this is a system of linear equations having no solution. The slope of the lines are equal, their y-intercepts are not equal, and its graphs are parallel. So let's have this example, wherein y is equal to x minus 4 and y is equal to x plus 2. So in our equation number 1, our m is 1 and b is negative 4. While in equation 2, m is 1 and b is 2. And it will give us this graph. Therefore, the system of equations is inconsistent. The slope of their lines are equal, their y-intercepts are not equal, and their graphs are parallel. So I want you to try this one on your own, wherein based on the picture, you are going to identify the kind of system and the number of solution. So I'm going to give you 5 seconds to answer this question. So let's start. So the answer is, it is consistent and dependent and it has many solutions. Let's have the second one. Correct. It is consistent and independent and it has exactly one solution. Let's have the last one. Alright, it is inconsistent and it has no solution. So I guess you're ready for an activity? Let's proceed to the activity time. So in here, you are going to complete the table. You're going to give your observations about the slopes, the y-intercepts, graphs, and number of solutions of system of linear equations in two variables by filling in the table. Item 1 is done for you. Remember, that the point of intersection of the graphs of two linear equations is the solution of the system. So these are the given. Alright, you're done? So that's all for our discussion for today. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.